September 17th, 1787 is the anniversary of the date when the delegates of the Constitutional Convention signed off on their work and sent it off to the states for ratification. My task was to come up with some events that wouldn't be mind-numbingly dull and that could bring these ideas to life. So on one of our first Constitution days, I thought, it'd be kind of interesting if one of the guys who was there could come and just talk about it. And so I asked my colleague David Chambers, and I was a little hesitant and scared to ask him because I thought he would be angry and say, "You just asked me because I look like Ben Franklin."
My name's David Chambers. I'm with the Political Science Department. I'm playing Benjamin Franklin. I hope that's obvious.
My name is Steve Jackson. I'm Professor of Political Science at IUP, and I'm playing Alexander Hamilton on Constitution Day 2012.
I'm Joe Menard. I teach history here at IUP, and I'm portraying James Madison.
I am representing or channeling Charles Pinckney, delegate to the Constitutional Convention from South Carolina.
Seeing a bunch of professors in costume is sufficiently different to them that it kind of makes them sit up and take notice and ask, hey, what's going on? And hopefully, after they've sat up and taken notice and asked that question, they're disposed to listen a little bit to what we have to say. So I like it a lot.
Relaxed and hopefully sometimes a little humorous way of doing it. And yet we try to make some serious points along the way as well. Much how I kind of try to teach my class, and that's what works with one student, for instance, may not work with another, but I think if you can lighten things up a little bit without making them silly, that can be effective. And I think, that's been, especially the banter, the interaction we try to give. Try to get people to see as important and great in some ways as these men were, that they were human beings as well. And that that's a dimension that's often lost if we see them as marble men.
Well, I think it's extremely important to learn about this, the document, the Constitution, because it established not only the government of the United States, but how Americans think about the United States. It essentially encapsulates the values that define the soul and essence of the United States of America and bring it to life over the course of its citizens.
They're the frameworks of power. I teach one course on advanced industrial democracies, and I always teach about constitutions there because they are the roadmaps of power, the foundations of power, the lines of authority. In other countries, they're not nearly as important, but in advanced industrial democracies, these are the rules of the game, with modifications, obviously, that people play by. And in the case of the United States, the oldest continuous constitution among advanced industrial democracies.
Because I think we live in a time when our democracy is on precarious ground because of lack of information, which breeds fear and mistrust. We've come to distrust the system that we set up. So I think activities that encourage us to get into these documents ourselves, not trust what professors or politicians say about them, but to actually read these documents and make decisions for ourselves is really important.